Good evening. Hello, everyone. It is Friday night. Is it the 8th? Yes, Friday the 8th of March. Oh my goodness, where is the year going? It'll be Christmas before we know it. Shh, don't tell anyone. How is everybody? Have you had a great week? That is my first question for you. We've had lots of fun things going on this week. I had a big class up in the Hunter Valley this week and enjoyed it very much. And this next week I'm off to Melbourne for on stage. So I hope, I haven't yet worked out whether I'm going to be able to go live next Friday night because I'm in Melbourne. I either will go live very briefly or I'll pre-record something for you. Haven't decided yet. We'll see how much time I end up with. How are you all? Hello, hello. I see we have some great regular crowdy people here tonight. We have Margaret and Marilyn, the two M's, and then we have Suzanne Cherie, S's, and we have Judy. Hey, Judy, nice to see you. Great to have you here. I see Trish is here. Trish, you said good morning. Whereabouts are you? Are you in the UK or are you in Europe somewhere? Because it would be morning there, I'm thinking. And what else do we have? Leslie, hi. Loved your cards that you posted in the private group, in the VIP group. Leslie, they were great. And Rose, where's Rose? Yep, your cards are gorgeous too, Rose. I don't normally do Easter cards, so it's nice to see some done. I don't have any Easter sets. So there we are. Sheila, hi. Hello, hello. And Merger is back. Hello, hi. South thereof, how far south? Are you like a suburb of Brisbane, or are you down like Gold Coast, hinterland, somewhere like Oxenford, Beenleigh, somewhere like that, Beaudesert? I'm thinking you might be in one of those places. Who knows? Moira, hi. Nice to have you with us. Hello, Denise. How are you? How did your live video go earlier today? I hope it went well. We need to catch up for a coffee. Hello, Deb. And we have Jules from New Zealand. We have everybody. Another well, I hope so. I hope it's an innovative evening of crafting. I don't know where the innovation might be lacking. We'll see. Cookie's here. He's saying hello to everybody, chirping away in the background. All right. So shall we get going? Let's move over to the desk and see what we have. All right. Here we go. All right. So this is my reminder to tell you guys the mini catalog is currently happening. Celebration is finished. That finished at the end of February, but now we still have the mini catalogue that, as you can see here, will run through until the end of April, and our annual catalogue also runs through until the end of April. Okay, so these two catalogues are currently in use, and they're the ones we're working with. However, we will know next week is when they have the on-stage event. Okay, so all the demonstrators that are able to go are going to get together and we are going to see the new catalogue for the first time. So that's only a week away. Very exciting. This time next week, we'll probably have put little dog ears on all the pages and have put little flags in and circled all the things, highlighted all the things we want. You know, well, by this time next week, we'll definitely have all that sorted. However, that means that the PDF, or I just looked at my nails and I meant to make them nice before tonight and I totally forgot. Never mind. Okay. Oh, that's good to know, Merger, because I know that area a little bit. So there you go. Hello, Monique. How are you over there in the Netherlands? Nice to have you. And Trish, you're in the UK. I wondered if you might be. All right. So where was I? Sorry, I lost my train of thought. Never mind. Just had to give your cat a treat. Why did you have to give your cat a treat? Don't give him treats a lot. You've missed Cookie, Judy. I know. I'm sure he's missed you too. Oh, Lois from Saskatchewan. I love the word. I love saying Saskatchewan. I think that's such a fun word to say. You're probably used to it and don't think twice about it, but to me it's a really fun word. It just sounds like a fun place to live. I know you might not think so, but it sounds fun. All right. So yeah, we will have been through the catalogue next week and we will be, working out what we're going to buy and all that sort of stuff. Just after we get back is when the PDF of the new catalogue goes live online for all the other demonstrators who weren't able to be at on stage. And right around that time as well is when the retiring list will come out. So the retiring list is a big list of all the things that are being discontinued out of the current catalogs. Now, the specials don't start until April, okay? But we'll know what's leaving as early as, I think it's the 18th of this month. I think that's when. It's either the 16th or the 18th, okay? No, it must be the 6th. It must be the 18th because we're still away on the 16th. So the reason I'm telling you this is even though the specials won't have started, if there are any special prices will go live in April. However, that doesn't stop things that are really, really popular that are on the list from selling out in advance. Okay, so can I just give you guys a couple of tips, a couple of words of advice? First of all, if you have the current in colors, okay, these guys, if you have these and you do not have refills, the ink refills for them, okay, or you have them and you don't have the matching cardstock or matching other bits and pieces that you might need, get them. Do not wait for the special prices because there's every chance they won't last that long, okay, and then you'll be really sad if you miss out. Okay, so definitely get the refills. They're the things that normally go first, just in going off past years. The refills go super fast. That's just a little bit of advice. You don't have to do it, of course, but if you are worried about making sure you have all your bits and pieces that you're going to need so you can use these for years to come, I would be jumping in and getting those refills first, right? So that's my first tip. The other thing is you don't need to have, dare I say this, you don't need to have every single stamp set from the catalog. I know that's crazy, right? What an amazing thought. But I find some years I end up with too many stamps. Can you believe that? Oh, you've just been ordering them, Suzanne. I know. You want to get in now because if you do it now, everything's still available. Okay, no problems at all. I think if you wait until the retired list comes out, that's when you can get yourself into trouble, because if they sell out quickly, then, you know, and the crazy thing is everyone knows that they're going. Okay, these are the in colors that have been going for 2 years. They are due to retire. Everyone knows it. Okay, so don't wait, just get them. And, you know, we're not talking about a massive amount of money. Refills are $8.75 here in Australia, so just get them. Okay, you'll be very glad you did. Leslie's saying she's stocked up on what she wanted from the outgoing in color products. Great, Leslie, that's really good, because then you won't be sorry down the track when they sell out quickly, because they will. We know that. Every year this happens. Oh, you're going back to Tassie, Rosemary. There we go. All right. So I hope that's useful information. Think about what you want. There may be some items going that we don't know what's going and what's staying, but if there are certain items that are going and you want any of them, my suggestion is, unless it's something that's very expensive or doesn't fit into the budget, if it's something you can afford, just get it, because it may not go on special, and even if it does, it may be sold out by then. So do the online thing stay? Yes, kind of. Those are not attached to a catalog. They stay, Judy, until they are sold out. Okay, so if something is super, super popular, it could go a lot faster than something that's been there, sitting there for a while, you know, something that hasn't sold as well. So, hey there, Donna, nice to see you. Oh, hi, Joanne, nice to see you all the way from Southwest Ontario. Are you near Niagara Falls, somewhere there? Maybe. I stayed at, is it Catherine on the Lake, St. Catherine's, I think. I stayed there once upon a time and stayed in a little bed and breakfast there, and that was lovely. Just my 2 cents worth, guys, just my advice. All right, so I'm actually not doing something out of here. I'm going to play with online exclusive stuff tonight. Can I just say, online exclusive doesn't mean you have to buy it online. If you prefer to go through a demonstrator and have them place your order, or email the order to them, or phone them with the order, or whatever, you can still do that with your online stuff as well. But the only place you can view them is online, because they're not in a catalog. That's why they're called online exclusives. Does that make sense? Do you know, Joanne, here's something funny. When I was a little girl, I was a girl guide. I'm sure lots of other people here were girl guides too. And I had a pen pal through the girl guides, and that's where she lived. She lived in London. So there you go, London in Canada. So There you go. Hey, Laura, nice to see you. All right, so I'm going to play tonight with what is my new online exclusive favorite, my personal favorite. I like the zinnias, really, really like them. I created a couple of projects with the zinnias today that I'm super, super happy with. One is my team gifts for next week for the girls in my team that are attending on stage. And the other is for Craft Along. So the Craft Along will be later in the month for those of you who'd like to watch that. That'll be a public live video that anyone can watch. It's free. So so there we are. So I did those two things today. But this one, the Magnolia Mood, is my personal favorite. Oh, I like the coffee one too. But yeah, these are really nice. So I'm going to have a little play with this because I think these are lovely. And I've got a little bit of an idea in my head that I thought might work out nicely. I went and grabbed a piece of fresh freesia cardstock out of my scrap drawer, and I noticed it's got a little bit of a fluffy edge. So I'm just running my, if ever you have a bit of a fluffy edge created, that's usually caused by blade in your trimmer that's not quite, it's not super sharp anymore. It starts to make fluffy edges. You can run your fingernail over it and kind of get that fluffy edge to calm down. Okay, so you love this one? So do I. I know, it's so beautiful. Yes, it's gorgeous. All right, so I'm going to go. I've done a couple of cards with this already. You might remember I did a petal pink one a couple of weeks or a few weeks ago. And then I did a pool party one last weekend. But today, and we just used the die, the matching die. But tonight I'm going to combine the stamps and the die. I thought I would do that. So you use a nail file. Yes, you can do that as well, Margaret. Or if you have one, once upon a time we used to sell, and I still have mine. I move along a lot of my stuff, but if it's something super useful, like my crocodile, I'll never part with my crocodile. It's too gorgeous. It's too awesome, too useful. This is a, see, it's got the Stampin' Up on the other side. This is like a sandpaper block that has Velcro on it, and the different sandpaper pieces adhere, Velcro on. Okay, so yeah, you can use this over the edges as well. And if it's fluffy and too fluffy to make a difference with your nail, then you can use something like this. This is very fine grade sandpaper, super fine grade. Okay, you want the finest you can get. If it's too coarse, it won't make your edges nice. Okay, so there you go. We don't sell those anymore. In the video on YouTube, I usually say everything I've used is available for sale unless otherwise advised. Yeah, I can't sell you one of these. I'm sorry. But you can go get some sandpaper and that would work for you as well. All right, I'm actually using some paper from the annual catalogue to go with this because this Magnolia set is just stamps and dies. It doesn't come, there's no suite, there's no matching paper, there's no other bits and pieces. All right, so in this catalogue on page 132, there's this masterfully made paper, okay, and it's quite bright, but I tend to like the sides that are a little bit less bright. I quite like the lime green. The light lime green is nice, and that lime green is lemon lime twist. And then I prefer personally the B sides of the paper, what you would call B sides. The more bold designs are on what I'm calling the A sides, and I prefer the other sides. And they're the ones I've used out of this paper. And so this one, for example, this paper here is very, very bright and loud, and it's a little bit too much for me. I mean, it's nice. I like this blue part up the top here. I probably would use that bit, but this down here is a little bit too yellow, a bit too bright. But the other side, it's got this fresh freesia design on it and goes this way. It's super nice. Actually, no, it doesn't. It goes that way. When you look at the letters, if they're hard to read, which is by design, they're not meant to be easy to read. If you can pick out letters here and there, you've got it up the right way. If you can't, it's round the wrong way. So I'm going to make this my base, my piece on the back. Well, this is another piece from that same paper. I like this one. This one's really nice. I think that's nice. I like it with all the blue in the background there. I think it's lovely. And see, that's just a nice, pretty peacock on the back. It's nice, isn't it? So anyway, I'm using this one today. So the masterfully made paper will definitely be going. Well, I shouldn't say that, should I? Because I don't know that for certain. But generally, 95% of the time, I would say 99% of the time, the DSP all gets discontinued. All right. So it's it's usually the case. So I would expect most of our papers to say goodbye when this catalogue retires. And if anything does stay, I'm actually surprised. That's what normally happens. All right, so this piece here is going to go onto this background. How nice is that? That's a really nice background. And if you don't have this paper, you could get a similar effect. You know, the time-worn type, which has got all the kind of like the smooshed writing. That embossing folder on this color will give you a similar kind of a tone, and then you could use a blending brush to pick up some of the design, and you'll get something that looks a little bit like this. So that would be quite nice. All right, let me see my couple of my Tombos on the blink. They're getting very low. Let me see, is this one any better? That one's better. All right, I'm just going to put some glue on the back there. You still have some Magnolia paper from when you first started. You know, that paper was beautiful, and that was gorgeous set. And I saw you were creating with that again. I loved that. It was called Good Morning Magnolia, and it was beautiful. But you can get some similar effects with the new one, but it is quite different. It's a very different. So the other one was a much more of an open. But this is actually a distinctive stamp. And by distinctive stamp, I mean you get, when you stamp it, you get dark and light coming out. Can you see what I mean? Like you've got the shading. Oh, there's a bit of nice green ink on the top of that there somewhere. I don't know where that came from, but anyway, you've got the shading, and the shading comes out when you stamp. So even if you didn't color it in, you would still end up with a beautiful image. Absolutely gorgeous. All right, so we've got our base here. I'm just going to get a piece of, is this basic white? That feels like basic white cardstock, not, I'm after basic white thick cardstock because I want to have, let me see if I have some. I thought I had some. Never mind. I'll just grab another piece because I want a nice thick card base. I don't like my card bases to be too flimsy. And so this one is better. So I'm cutting this piece exactly in half. In Australia, we use A4, and so that's at the 14.8 centimeter mark. Okay, to make half a sheet. And then we're going to fold that in half again to make our cut base, and then we'll set it aside. I'm going to use a bone folder just to flatten down my edge. And that will end up on here, but I'll put that on later. All right. All right, so I have got, I'm deciding whether I will do my stamping on white. I think I will. And I'm going to use, shall I use Fresh Freesia, or shall I do it in a darker color and then color it in with Fresh Freesia? That is the question. It is really beautiful, Valerie. I'm sorry. Like I keep saying, these videos should come with a warning. If you don't want to be tempted to buy something that you see here, then maybe don't watch. So there you go. Okay, so I'm thinking maybe I'll go with something a little darker, but I'm wondering what. Yeah, I think a darker color, but I'm thinking what color will I go with? A purple? I'm wondering how Blackberry Bliss might look. Let me test it out. If I don't like it, I can change my mind. So I'm going to give that a try. And we're going to put this large Magnolia here. Isn't it beautiful? Goodness me. I'm going to put that on a block. I'm going to put it on block E because that's the right size. It's a little bit too big for D. So I've just ordered myself a whole new set of blocks because I have two of most of them, but then there's times when I'm running a class that I need more of a particular size, so I've just ordered all of them. I had a half price item on an order, so I thought, well, that sounds like a good way to get another set of blocks. I'll get them half price. And anytime you have an order that's $750 or more, you get a half price item. All right, so let's pop this on. And I'm going to see how dark it is, whether or not that's, oh, actually, it's not too bad. That's pretty nice. Do we think that that would look all right? I think it would. It does look, in the light, it probably looks a bit grayish, but it is actually, it is got the blackberry tone to it. So I'm going to stay with that. And then I'm thinking I could use all different coloring methods, but I'm thinking I might go with blends. Let me see. I have got fresh freesia somewhere here. Light fresh freesia and dark fresh freesia. There we go. Let me put my lid back on here. Well, gorgeous grape. I did think about that, but I didn't want to go too far down the purple track. I don't know. Maybe that would have been a good choice. Never mind. We will be okay. Let me see. Oh, is this on your order, Cherie? All right, I'm going to put some, and I'm kind of following. I'm putting my color where I see the shading, and I'm just going to. I'm going to do a fairly small part at a time because I want to make sure if you when you're blending, yeah, this is better. You want to try and work across the top of your what you want to blend, so the darker color there. It will turn out better if I do it while it's still wet. So, and you can see like some of the shading, I don't even need to add darker color because it looks quite nice. So let's do, and I can always come in and add some dark again later if I decide I need to. So these blends, the secret with these, okay, for anyone who hasn't used blends, is you barely touch the tip of your brush to the paper. Go super, super, oh, don't want to go there, that's green. Well, it's not purple anyway. You don't want to push. If you push or rub, okay, I'm like just barely touching. If you push or rub, you will not get the effect that you want. It'll be a bit sad, actually. Your tips will get damaged, and you are much better off with your blends lasting you a lot longer. It's kind of hard for me to talk and color at the same time. Why is it so hard? It takes a bit of concentration. All right, that's looking kind of nice. Even though I've barely done anything with the blending. I did add a bit of dark color in the middle, and I could come back in and add a little bit in a couple of the spots, like here. But you don't really need to because it's got that beautiful shading in the stamp. But if you do want it to be a little bit more dramatic, come back in with your dark one. And like I said, I'm barely making any contact. A bit more here. And then I can always go over that and blend it a bit more with my lighter one if I want to. I get my light blending brush to do all the work. Sorry, blends, not blending brush. They're different things. Goodness me, Linda. Anyone would think you're tired. I shouldn't be tired. I've been getting really tired at night time lately, and I don't know why, because, you know, I do get up early and I walk first thing in the morning. But sometimes I'm wiped out by the end of the day. Anyone think I'd be, you know, working a hard labor job or something? Yes, maybe that's what it is. All right, I'm going to come up here and add a little bit of dark in the shadows here. Is this the dark? Yeah, it is. Just over these shaded bits, and we've got 2 flowers here, but they're only small, so I'm going to do both. Now the question will be whether or not we are going to color our leaves in, and I'm leaning towards not coloring them. If I was going to color them, I'd probably pick a very neutral color such as Mossy Meadow, but I don't know that I need to in this case. I'm thinking I'm going to keep them neutral, and like we've got the purpley tone of the Blackberry Bliss stamping anyway. So what does everyone else think? Do you think I need to color them, or do you think I leave them as they are? Hey there, Carmen. Nice to see you. Oh, it's lovely to have everyone along tonight. It's awesome. All right, so I'm happy with that. I'm going to be cutting this out very shortly. I'm going to be using, I'll show you the die. So we've got two kinds of dies in here. We have framelets and thinlets, okay? Framelets are ones that actually frame around an image that you're going to cut out, and the thinlets are like a die in their own right, okay? So this one actually has got some paper left in it from the last time I used it. I'm just going to push that out. I've got the take your pick tool with the pointy end poked out. That's better, okay? And then I'm also going to use my die, my brush tip to when I run this through, which will look really good. But then you'll see I have this beautiful die here, which is going to perfectly frame this, and that's going to cut that out a lot easier than it is to fussy cut. If you have a die cutting machine, it saves you so much time in fussy cutting. It's just awesome. Mind you, I do like to fussy cut, but for something like this, if I'm in a hurry, who's got the time? Okay, that's just life, right? We don't always have time for these things. All right, so I'm actually going to cut out both of these, but I'm not going to cut this one out of white. I'm going to cut this one out through my cut and emboss machine, but I'm going to also cut this one, and I'm going to do that with, we've got this beautiful new paper. This is also an online exclusive. We've got the white. Can you see the shine? All right, let me take it out of its pack. I thought I would do the white tonight. All right, so isn't this beautiful? Can you see it? Isn't that nice? You don't like fussy cutting, Maura. See, I'm a bit of a weirdo because I do, but even I admit that as much as I enjoy it, I only really like it if I have lots and lots of time and I can sit down in front of the TV and take my time and do it. But most of the time, I don't have that kind of time available to me. I've got lots going on. So for me, it makes a lot of sense to use my dies wherever I can. So there you go. That's true. It is trendy to have the white space. Absolutely. That's so true. All right, so this is the white. This is old olive. I thought it was granny apple green because it looks a little bit brighter than old olive, but I think it's somewhere in between the two, if I'm really honest. And then the third color, which I've already chopped into and done things with, is this one. How beautiful is this? This is Berry Burst. Isn't that gorgeous? I'm using this for one of my zinnia projects at the moment, so super, super nice. So those are an online exclusive. I believe they're $10.50 for the three sheets. So last time I checked, I think that's what they are. I know, it's so pretty, so pretty. All right, so I'm going to use the white one tonight to cut out my die. So to put this through the cut and emboss machine, I'm going to have to cut it down to 6 inches across. And the nice thing about these trimmers is there's this 6-inch mark. If you don't put your arm out, when I say arm, I mean this thing here. Okay, if you leave the arm in place, okay, and you butt this up against there's like a little ledge just here that you can butt everything up against, and just cut it right at that ledge. That is exactly the 6-inch mark. So that is perfectly 12 by 12 sheet of paper is perfectly in half. Okay, so that's always nice to know if you're ever doing that. All right, so I'm going to bring in a couple of things. I'm going to bring my cut and emboss machine in, and we're going to get that happening here on the desk. And here I go. I'm going to zoom out so everyone can see what I'm doing, because otherwise it's a bit tricky, and that's where you get to see that the rest of my desk is really, really messy, but oh well. That's just life, guys. That's how I roll. All right, so I'm going to put this here, and I'm going to put my die on. If you haven't, is there anyone watching who's never seen die cutting? The first time I saw it, I thought it was magic. I'm sure, a bit like embossing. There's a couple of techniques that you see them and it's like a wow moment. Okay, the first time you see it. We just put the plate on top. Oh, did I move that? I did move that. Let me try again. I want to get the best cut I can, so I'm going to take the time to make sure it's lined up properly. Yeah, that's pretty good. Away we go. Roll it through. There's like a handle here, and I just crank it. And then we have our beautiful flower. Isn't that lovely? Look at that. All right, then while I've got this white piece here, I'm going to need a banner. So I'm going to cut one while I'm here. I think this size will work. I hope it works. And if it doesn't, we'll be doing something else. But that's the size I have in my head for about, like, for a sentiment. So I'll do that. And this is from the Thoughtful Expressions dies. I love the stitching around this. I think it's a really nice shape. All right. And then that was just on white. The last thing I'm going to do is I'm going to cut this one, but I want to do it with the other, this one. All right, so this is a beautiful shape. Really is gorgeous. I'm going to push that here so I'm not wasting too much paper. I keep it nice and close to the edge and roll that through. Now this glitter paper is a little thicker than say basic white cardstock, so you might want to roll it through and roll it back again. Okay, and then what I do when it's a more of an intricate die like this, I pull it out without taking it off the paper and I turn it over and make sure I've got a really good cut. All right, so the outside is cut. The inside doesn't look too bad, but there's a couple in the middle that might not have cut all the way through. Can you see that? I don't know if you can see that. So what I do is I put it back in. I put it in the other way. I've got it upside down and I'm going to roll it through again just to be safe. And this really helps for a couple of things. It helps some of the pieces fall out and it also makes sure you have a really, really good cut. And hopefully this time you can see it's cut through a little better. Can you see that? It's a bit better. So not, you know, while it's all holding together in the same position, it's no harm to run it through again and just be safe, okay? All right, let's see how we go. All right, so I noticed when I've got my die brush here, okay, and I'm making sure. Now I could, when you want to peel these off, there are little holes. Let me see if I can show you. Little holes, and if you put your, it actually starts to peel it back off the back, okay? But we have this amazing thing. This is an attachment that you can buy for your take your pick tool. It is a die brush, okay? And you can just run it over your whole shape and it does a couple of things. It helps the pieces fall out and it also detaches it from the die itself. So when we're finished doing this, it will be a lot easier to work with. And they're great. Save you having to sit there and pick it all out. All right, let's peel that back. And now look at this. Most of the pieces have fallen out. See that? There's a couple left in, but they're going to be really, really easy to poke out. A couple in the middle there. And these little guys in the middle, the little dots in the middle, you can leave them in or you can take them out. Totally up to you. All right, so that piece comes out and it's done pretty much. Actually, I'm going to leave those pieces there because I may put a dimensional in the middle. There's one piece there. Ooh. All right, so I'm just going to get rid of all that confetti. Sparkly confetti too. All right, let me scroll back down so we're closer to the desk again. How did we go? All right. Okay, so now we have this beautiful glittery shape. Isn't that nice? Love, love, love. Love that. All right, so this is going to end up on here. Okay, it's beautiful already, but this here is going to go over the top of it and hide a lot of the bottom. And you might think, well, why would you want to do that? Because I want to have this beautiful glittery, like extra foliage coming from behind the piece that I've done. Yes, you could leave it like this and you could pop that up on dimensionals and it would look gorgeous. But I really like the idea of actually putting this. So this is just an alternative idea where you can have hide the center flower with this one here and just have the beautiful glittery foliage coming out from behind. Doesn't that look nice? I think that's beautiful. So something a little different. Now I am actually going to, as far as glitter paper goes, when it comes to adhering glitter paper, the only things that work on the glittery surface, there's only two glues that really work. One is glue dots and the other is dimensionals. Those are the two. So I'm actually going to glue dot this here and then I'm going to dimensional the whole thing to the base. All right, so let me start with my glue dots. I've got some right here. Let's see, how am I going? I need to get rid of some of this tail. And let's start glue dotting. All right, so I'm going to use a few behind this purple flower. So with a glue dot, the best way to glue dot, okay, is to actually put your, whatever it is you're sticking onto the glue dot, give it a really, really hard press, okay? And then when you take it off, the glue dot comes too. All right, there's another one already on there. I'll stay with that and I'll do one more, I think. Maybe here. And that's going to be enough. Those 4 there is going to be plenty enough to hold this onto this. So I'm just sort of looking for the best position for it. I think that looks really good. So now we have this beautiful glittery extra foliage piece, okay? You could cut the back flower away and use it somewhere else, but I kind of like it. I think it looks, and it gives this stability here. No one needs to even know that's there. So on the back of this one now, I'm going to add some dimensionals. And because I've put this onto this piece, if I was just using this flower, I did do this the other day and it looked lovely. We did this on the pool party version I did a week or so ago. But some of the big ones, some of the big petals, you could use full-size dimensional. But some of these ones, you had to use minis. Whereas because we've put this behind here, we can kind of go to town with our dimensionals. So I'm going to add a few. Also, I like to go over the join where it where this one ends and it goes to the colored one, because that helps it all hold together really well. And let's maybe one more. Maybe I'm going to pop that right there because there's room there for that. That'll be plenty. All right, let's throw this on now. You could use green glitter paper. Of course you could. When it's your card, guess what? You can do whatever you like. You absolutely could. I think that would look lovely. All right, let's pop this right here. So I've got it so that some of these leaves are just going over the edge a little bit, which is fine because I'm still got to put it on a piece of white. How's this looking? What do you think? Do we like it? That's very funny. You could do that. All right, now that I've got this, I think this is too big. Now that I've got this, it's nice, but it's too big. The greetings in here are nice, but they're like, there's a happy birthday. Actually, the happy birthday is really nice. I wonder, the happy birthday, let me see how big that is. Or I could go with a smaller one. Oh, wonder what I do with the stickers on the back. Well, that was silly. Hang on. There they are. There's my happy birthday sticker. I'll have to stick that on. I am looking for a block. The thing is, I've just put all my blocks ready for a class next week into a bag. So I'm thinking maybe something smaller. It is really nice, isn't it? So pretty. Oh my goodness. This is a stunning set. Every time I make something with it, I think, oh wow, that's just beautiful. So I think this one is too small. I mean, that's a good size, actually. That would be a really good size for that spot. So maybe we don't have... I'm going to go off the edge a little bit if I do that one. I'm wondering if that's going to be a problem. It might be. Do I have a slightly bigger sentiment piece? A slightly bigger label piece? That's what I'm after. Well, we have a long one there. That's from the Labels of Glow set. And this one's from the Enduring Beauty set. And that is a better size. That's better than this. This is too big. Way too big. I don't know what I was thinking, really. So when you're making a card, quite often it comes down to balance. Oh, that's a good size. Let me have a little play with that and see if my happy birthday will fit on there. Maybe. It might. All right, let's try. And I'm actually thinking I'll use the Blackberry Bliss for my greeting. And if this doesn't work, well, then we just pick a different sentiment or a different banner. But I'm going to give it a try. It's only just going to fit. Let's see. Oh, actually, that's pretty good. I'm happy with that. What do you think? All right, so let's pop that there. And I'm going to whack a couple of dimensionals behind this as well. 1 and 2. Ah, best better late than never. Never worry about that, Cheryl. Ever, ever. Because it doesn't matter. That's what replays are for. I think I've failed to mention people's names as they popped on because I haven't seen everybody. All right, I'm really liking how this is coming together. I'm going to pop some glue behind, and we're going to whack it onto our, I shouldn't say whack. That sounds like, that's something my dad would say. Whack it here, whack it there, you know. There's a fabulous picture of my parents when they were newly married, and they're in their kitchen. They're having a photo taken, and my dad has obviously made a sign. They're sitting at the table together, and I don't know who took the photo, but Dad has made a sign, and it says, "Our first anniversary, wacko." I'm thinking that's such a dad thing to say, wacko. All right. All right, so let me see. What bling shall we have? There's so many choices, too many choices. But I'm thinking maybe some pearls. What do you think? We could do some pearls. Those would be nice. Pearls, or we have silver pearls or white pearls. Both of those would be really good. Or iridescent pearls. Sorry, they're not iridescent pearls. They're iridescent rhinestones. So there's 3 choices. White pearls. Okay, white pearls. All right. Let's pull those out. And go with the white pearls. And I'm going to use my take your pick tool again. And I'm going to use a, whoop. It wants to not play nice. All right, where shall I put them? That's the question. All right, I think maybe one over here. And I'm going to have a couple of little guys. One here. And one up here. And I'm going to call that a finished card. What do you think? Do we like it? I think if I'd done the leaves in green, I think it would have taken away from the card. I think it's nicer. It's kind of monochromatic, but I really like it. So there we go. I love it when you have an idea in your head and it works. That's my favorite kind of thing. Right. And I think the color works. I think the Fresh Freesia and the Blackberry Bliss, that's really nice. I didn't think to use those before. I think that's gorgeous. All right, let me put these back in their pack. So I'm just counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Is this set got 10? Yes, this set has 10. So all the pieces are there. Let's pop that in. I haven't gone around those with a pen yet. Thank you, guys. Well, thank you for helping me. You guys decided the pearls and helped me make decisions on some other things too. But I do love the way this glittery foliage is coming out from behind here. I think that's really nice. You just keep telling yourself that, Rose. Just keep telling yourself, right? Hey, Jenny, nice to see you. All right. Okay, let's do another one. And this time I think I'm going to use, it's going to be super simple. It's going to be an easy peasy card, this one. Not that that was a hard card, but there was a bit more to it. This is the beautiful Flowering Zinnias DSP. Absolutely stunning. Beautiful, beautiful paper, and it has matching stamps, dies, all the things. Okay, it's and some sequins. The sequins are really nice. All right, so you can see all these beautiful colors. We've got Highland Heather in there and Blackberry Bliss, and then we've got Petal Pink. The yellow is Lemon Lolly. I think there might be Pumpkin Pie in there, and there's also Flirty Flamingo and Melon Mambo. The green is Lemon Lime Twist and Old Olive and Mossy Meadow. So, yeah, lots and lots of different colors. This one's on a white background. This one's on a flamingo background. But they look really good, don't they? Don't you think that's cool? Judy is enabling you, Rose. All right, so then we have the beautiful leaves in those 3 greens I just mentioned. This is really interesting paper. It's Real Red and Melon Member, which are 2 colors I would not have thought to put together, okay? But look how nice they are. I love them. And I love the way this paper almost looks a bit velvety. It almost looks like suede. It's just gorgeous because I think because of the shine in the background there, it's really beautiful. So, yeah, Melon Member and Real Red. And then in here we have Petal Pink with dots on the back. And actually, they're not dots. If you get really close, they're little tiny flowers. Aren't they super cute? I love that. And then these little zinnias here on the front. Super nice. Then we have Lemon Lime Twist paper, which is beautiful. Love this. I used it for a class the other day. And some of you might remember we made a card with this pattern paper in the background. And that was really beautiful as well. I'm going to pull that one out. And then this one has the pumpkin pie and lemon lolly flowers on one side, and you've got that beautiful mashup of zinnias. I nearly called them dahlias, but they're zinnias. I know, they're really nice, right? All right. If you needed enabling, Rose, you got that. All right, so I'm going to fold in half my, oh no, that's not it. Here it is. Where is my, remember I just cut 2 pieces of basic white cardstock. Here's some. That's all right. Got it. And we'll fold that in half. And this is going to be like the world's easiest card, but I'm actually going to, you can, with these, you can cut them straight down the middle at the 6-inch mark. And I say 6 inches because the paper is 12 inches by 12 inches. So that 6 inches is exactly half. Okay, and it's going to be right there in between both of them, all right? But in this case, I actually want to go a tiny, tiny bit closer because I want to have a little bit more white on this card. So I'm going to go with this one, and I'm going to make it 9.5 centimeters wide. And I'm going to make it 13.8 long. So I'm cutting a bit off the bottom so I still have that white area at the top. Isn't this pretty paper? It's so nice, and there's very little you really need to do with it. It's so easy to use. All right, so now that I've done this, you could actually stamp your greeting at the top, which is where what I was thinking I've done. Now I've done this, I'm thinking it would have been nice to put a strip across the bottom where all the color is, but that's okay. Doesn't matter. I'm going to use one of the colors out of here, and I'm thinking which color I might go with the Highland Heather, or will I go with, I've just ordered some more Lemon Lime Twist because I realized I didn't have very much. I could go with Old Olive. Maybe I'll go with the Old Olive. I haven't used that for a bit. So if I did Old Olive, this is how that would look on there. Or if I go, you can go Old Olive. I used to use Old Olive on everything, and then I kind of got over that, and I don't as much now. And then this is the Highland Heather. Maybe that would be better. What do you think? Do we like the Highland Heather better or the Old Olive? Oh, that's okay, Judy. Lovely. And maybe we'll see you Sunday. Good to have you here tonight. Oh, you just got yours, Lani. Fantastic. I know, it's such nice paper, right? All right, I'm thinking... All right, who was the first? Merger said green, so that's the first. So I'm so sorry if anyone wanted the other color, because this is the one we have, because that's what we voted for, and the first person was the person I saw their comment. Right. And I'm going to make this 10 centimeters wide by 14.3 long, which is my card front size. Let's move that out of the way, and then this is going to go here. And I'm deciding whether I'm going to stamp it straight on. I could, because what I wanted to do was use a set that I haven't played with very much yet. I did use it the other day at in a class, and I'm just going to see where it might be. What is it called? It's the one with the long scrolly scripty words. Did they fall down behind? Maybe. I might not be able to use them if I can't find them. They're not where I thought they were. All right. In a second, I'm going to give up on that. And we'll just pick something else instead. I think it's Sweetly Scripted or something like that. Oh well. Looks like we're not using that one. Well, that's annoying. I'm so sorry, everyone. The problem is I move things around my desk so quickly, and then I end up using them, and then I put them somewhere where they aren't supposed to be. And people say, "Oh, you're so organized." I found it. People say you're so organized, and I'm not. I'm so disorganized. It's amazing I can function, seriously. But you know, you guys, hopefully will forgive me for that. What color is the deep red on the flowers? We have Melon Mambo, Real Red, and Flirty Flamingo. Those three colors are what are in these flowers. And then these ones have got Petal Pink as well. There's Blackberry Bliss up here on that one. Yeah, really nice combination, aren't they? Yes, I do. I do have the embossing folder for the zinnias, and it's really nice. Really, really like it. I used it on my craft along project, actually. So you guys can look forward to seeing that. It's super nice. All right, so I'm going to have this, but I'm deciding whether I'm just going to add this to here or whether I want to pop it on a, I'm actually thinking I want to pop it on a, I think it will add to it if I put it on a banner or a piece of paper. So let's, what's everyone saying? You'd have 1,000 packs of the dirty DSP. That's okay. You know what? I didn't like this paper all that much at the start either, but I have found some sheets that I like so much, and the ones that I don't like as much are on the backs of ones that I really do like. So I'm okay. I'm actually okay with that. So let's pop this one here. Just going to pop that straight down onto. And now I've got some white here, and I'm going to cut this to be the right size. Actually, you know what? I'm going to stamp first. So we have some really great little, this is a great set. This is also another online exclusive set that has just come out. And I don't think I've showed it to you before. So we've got Happy Anniversary. And I have to tell you, we don't have very many happy anniversaries. And I've had a few people ask me for them. So it's really good to see one here. Okay. Congratulations. Happy birthday, which is always useful. A million thanks, speedy recovery, and save the date. Some of them are in the middle and some of them are to one side or the other. You think stamp on it? Oh, really? Well, I'm going to put it on the banner first and we'll see. Or maybe we won't. All right, I can do that. I just feel like this card needs something. I feel like it needs dimension or something. What's available soon, Sheila? What's out? What's out of stock? You know what? That's a good question, Cherie. I'm imagining there are a lot more things that are like less popular than others. But right, I'm going to, this paper, I'm going to just pop this on about 1.5 centimeters wide. And let's see, that should be wide enough. I did do, and so what I was thinking about was putting this across here. Because I just think if I put that on dimensionals, it will look, it'll add something to the card rather than just stamping straight onto the piece. So this is going to be the same width as the other. So this will be 9.5. And let's grab my old olive ink pad out. Well, the zinnias are out of stock. Where? Not here, I don't believe. Not in Australia. So no, they're not out of stock here, but if they're out of stock wherever you are, I'm so sorry. So maybe what will we have? I'll just do happy birthday because it's so useful. And is that one going to fit? Is that going to fit on here? Let's see. If it doesn't fit on here, well, oh well. I guess I'll be cutting another piece. It's not the end of the world. It's only paper, right? All right. Just making sure I've got that lined up. Okay. And I'm going to stand up so I can get it as straight as I can. There we go. And here's a little thing you can do. If you want to, you can use like a sponge dauber to do to go over the edge and sponge it if you would like it to be sponged. Another option is to take a coordinating blend marker and actually do the edges with the blend marker. That's quick and easy if you do that. I think I have thinking, what have we got here? Petal Pink. Which is light, but not, you know, not so light that you can't see it. But I'm going to use will I use the dark one or the light one? Maybe I use the dark one. Or I could use Highland Heather too. Maybe I use Highland Heather. So here's the Petal Pink. And there's the Highland Heather. I'll try the light one of these. What kind of bird I have? He's a little cockatiel. He's a white-faced cockatiel. So a white-faced cockatiel is a mutation. And you don't find them in the wild like that. In the wild, they're yellow and grey. I have seen them in the wild. I actually hit one with my car one time and nearly cried. Went back to try and find him and I couldn't find him. The white faces have been bred to be that color. Yes. Thank you for answering the question. That is correct. All right. So I'm thinking this looks really rather good. See how now we've highlighted it a little bit? Looking good. And we're going to pop it up on dimensionals as well. But I'm just thinking maybe a little bit of an edge with our I'll just do this about 1 centimetre wide. So I just need to make sure it's, and you can never, you know, if you got bling on things, you can't go wrong really. You can never have too much bling. Yes, you can quote me on that. All right, so I'm going to pop this right under here so it makes a nice little edge. And I'm going to use, will I use a glue dot? Yeah, I'll use a glue dot to pop that on. And I'll just put them along the bottom edge of my banner. So one there. One there. And one there. There we go. All right, that's looking good. And then we're going to put on the back here, and I like to do this over the join, so that gives it like a bit of extra double protection. I'm going to go right over the middle there. I'll do one in the middle to keep it stable and one on the end. And then, of course, we're going to need some bling. So this is a very simple card. It's nothing amazing, but I think it's still cute. Make sure that it's straight. It's just a little bit crooked. I'm not happy about that. That's better. All right. Looking good, and I think some bling would be great. Now, the bling that I love is the new sequins. Let me show them to you. They're so gorgeous. They're called adhesive-backed shiny sequins, and they're part of this Zinnia suite. And so you have the lemon lime twist, the lemon lolly. I think this is meant to be pumpkin pie, but it is a peachy color, and you could also stand it in for petal pink too. And this is meant to be melon mambo, I think, but they're lighter than melon mambo. So, sorry, what am I not watching? I'm so sorry. Yes, they're good talkers. Cookie's never been a talker, but he used to be a very good whistler. He doesn't whistle very much anymore, just sometimes, but he used to whistle a lot. Oh, you think I should have used the green for the sparkle? Well, I could have. I could have used the green, right? I could have gone with the old olive one, but I didn't. I chose the Highland Heather. Never mind. I'm sure it's nice regardless. It needs a bee or two. You know, we used to have some little bee trinkets. Does anyone remember those? We don't have them currently. I'm excited to see what's going to be in the new catalogue. Cannot wait. All right, so now we have a few choices. I think we'll stay away from the green on this one just because the only green, well, we've got green leaves, so we could do it. We also have the berry burst. What colour do you think? Should I go with the pumpkin, the yellow, the pink, or the green? They all look nice. I know. I'm sorry, Jody. I missed that. Yeah, I probably should have gone with the green. Never mind. Okay, Nari wants the green for the sequins, so it is nice for summer cards. We're at the end of our summer here. So, you know, that's a bit sad for those of us who love summer. I'm deciding whether to put it on the end, but I think maybe, oh, I don't know. Maybe I do. Maybe I put them on the end. One here and one here. What do you think about that? Do we like that? And then, of course, we can put these on the piece of paper that I folded and is still sitting here. I'm going to pop that. You can use whatever glue you like. If you've got seal close by, use that. If you've got Tombow close by, use that. Whatever you have. There we go. All right, so you're thinking that we should change the positioning. Is that right, Cherie? One in the gap above the light pink blossom. One here. Yeah, we could do that. About there? Is that what you're thinking? Oh, it's hot in South Australia. It seems to be the hottest place on earth lately over there. I know, right? Don't you worry. I know we will be complaining about the cold in no time. So just enjoy it if you possibly can. We're heading over to the US and Mexico next month. And so I've been keeping an eye on the weather over there, and it's very comparable there to here. Right now it's about 30 degrees nearly every day. So very, very similar, actually. So it'll be interesting. I wonder how much cooler it will be here. You like the extra one? That's good. That's good. All right, so we did 2 cards tonight. And I think they're both really nice. And now I'm looking at them. I didn't mean to, but they kind of go together because the Fresh Freesia and the Highland Heather in here kind of go together, don't you think? They look rather nice. All right, ladies. Well, it's lovely spending some time with you. Oh, thank you so much, guys. Oh, it's a total fire ban, Chris. Well, be careful down there. Yes, be very careful. All right. Well, I hope that all of you. I'm off to have a haircut tomorrow. That's very exciting. Before ahead of on stage, I like to not look like you know. My mum used to have this saying, and I don't know where it came from. Let me switch back. Here I am. So my hair is looking. You know, it's okay, but it's getting a little bit straggly. It's a little bit, the style isn't really there anymore. And my mum used to say when your hair got really long and woolly looking, she used to say, you know, you look like the wild man from Borneo. Who on earth was the wild man from Borneo? Does anyone know that story? Did anyone say that, or did anyone's mothers say that when they were growing up? Or is it just mine? Oh, thank you guys for all your compliments and lovely, kind words. It's lovely to have you with me. I hope that you have a fantastic weekend, and I will see you all on Sunday night. Thanks, guys. Bye bye.